Hello everyone and welcome to the MVG podcast. As usual, I'm your host Matt, and I'm joined by Mike and Marcus.
Hey, how's it going?
So,
This week of the MVG podcast, we are sponsored by G Fuel.
the MG podcast.
This is not true.
That's not true at all. I wish G Fuel sponsor us a drinking product. Fucking fantastic.
G-Force.
I only have 3 tubs.
No one
sitting
even
over
knows
there.
what that is.
G Fuel? It's an energy drink.
Really, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
it's powder.
Bad Gatorade.
No.
Basically.
What? Anyway, this week's episode sponsored by McCafe. Get your coffee.
Also
Wait,
not true.
also not true, but their coffee machine didn't even fucking work.
Wow. Matt's just telling a life story right now.
So let's just fucking take a drink.
More or less.
Mid-intro.
Yep. That just happened.
Alright, your feet are getting too close.
You know what, Marcus? Maybe I just want to play footsies with you.
What about me?
Gotta
Not
have
you.
a dinner
Who's
first.
going to play footsies with me?
Nope. Got a whole bunch of news this week.
Yeah, that direct that we were all like, yeah, it's going to happen. It happened.
It did. It happened on... It just dropped. It just appeared.
First they teased
It was
us with
only
that-
15 minutes, right?
Yeah, it was a mini. It was a mini direct. You saw that teaser that they did with that
Oh.
Chibi Robo praising the sun. Makes sense now if you think about it.
It does make sense. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull it up as we speak. Chibi Robo...
It was
What
only
was
a
it?
short direct, but
I know.
just do, I don't know. Great
This is
radio.
a great show.
It is a great show. How did we miss the Chibi Robo tweet? Some Redditors. Anyway.
You're not going to see it on here, you doll.
So, this week, whole bunch of news. There it is. Yeah, it is. Wow.
Yeah, nobody got it at first, but then
It's literally Chibi Robo praising the sun.
praising the sun, yeah. But nobody put two and two together.
Yeah, because everyone's... Never mind. Alright, it's fine. Whole bunch of news this week. Nintendo's Mini Direct is where we're going to start. This seems the most appropriate place to start, considering it has a wide variety of...
You know what's sad about this direct, though?
What?
Zelda was not mentioned once.
Who cares?
Hyrule Warriors, you're wrong.
Oh, that's true. Oh my god.
Fucking idiot.
But,
No, there's no buts.
did they
That's
ever
it.
say the
We
word
were wrong.
Zelda?
Yes, actually, they
said
did.
costumes for Link and Zelda based off of Breath of the Wild. Now get off of my show.
Oh! Really wrecked.
I actually feel pretty sad because, like,
You're a fucking idiot.
yeah.
Return your Hyrule Historia and
Honestly,
dig your
though.
own grave.
You're honestly the fake Zelda fan here.
I bought Hyrule Story the second it was announced.
Yeah.
I bought it the millisecond it was announced. So beat that. Hot Wheels.
Sponsored by Hot Wheels.
Not true.
Available in Forza Horizon 3.
Yeah. I went to go play Forza Horizon 3 the other day. It hit me with that ad on the radio.
The Hot Wheels.
Yeah. It hit me with it. I'm just like, oh, wait. Hi, I know what this is. It was funny.
Who knows what it is?
And Snow Mountain, and Blizzard Mountain, or whatever it's called.
Overwatch? What?
Shut up,
Blizzard
Mike.
World.
God.
Disney World.
No. Alright. Let's start from the
Matt,
beginning,
you're
shall
shaking
we?
your knees.
I am shaking my knees. I do this. Just the habit. Start from the beginning, shall we? A whole bunch of reading.
He stopped shaking his knees.
I did.
Update.
The DS game The World Ends Without You is being remastered for the Switch.
With you. It's with you.
Oh, I read without.
Also, you didn't even talk what we're say what we're talking
I
about.
did. I said we're going to start from the beginning of the Direct.
Nintendo Direct Mini.
Yeah.
Recap.
Anyway. The DS game The World Ends With You is remastered for the Switch and is titled The World Ends With You Final Remix. It will have both touchscreen and traditional controls. It will also have a new chapter added. It will be available this year.
All right, Matt, tell me what the game's about.
The game is about this guy. The world is ending if he doesn't. He gets teleported into this game world, and if he doesn't do these challenge things, the fucking world ends and shit. Right?
That was a...
It's a pretty good
I've never
description.
heard of this game.
I have actually. I know it came out on the mobile phone, and it came out on the DS.
Yeah, it's like 10 years old, I
know.
believe, this year. I never played it, but I want to.
Apparently, it was really good. Like I
It's for
have,
weeaboo, so you must be a weeaboo.
I know you're all up in them Hyrule Warriors, so
and Fire
or
Emblem.
Fire Emblem Warriors. That's what I meant. You love them Fire Emblems. But if I turn on your phone, I'll see some Japanese anime stuff.
Oh,
I'm right.
there it is. Yep, that's Breath of the
You
Wild.
can't tell, but it's a whole. It's all that the Gerudo girl from Breath of the Wild
Oh yeah.
Urbosa.
and her fury.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
lightning
continue,
strikes.
Matthew.
All right. Anyway, moving on. Pokemon Tournament. I was
Okay.
gonna say was gonna say XD. Pokemon Tournament.
That's a
Fuck
game.
off. I know it is. Pokemon Tournament. Pokemon Tournament.
Say it one more time and Charizard will come through the door.
Woo, this is a great podcast today. Not drunk, by the way, just letting everybody know. Pokemon Tournament DX. It's getting.
You said that and you like slurred half of the sentence.
Is getting a DLC battle pack. The battle pack Wave 1 will include Aegislash as a playable character, as well as Mega Rayquaza and Mimikyu as new support Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Wave 2 includes Blastoise as a playable character. I don't know how that's going to work, but that's going to be great.
What do you mean?
What, he's super slow.
Yeah, but you didn't think how Aegislash is literally a sword and a shield.
It floats, though.
And they had Chandelure, the Chandelier Pokemon. So Blastoise, a Pokemon with fucking feet. Pretty
You're
sure
not
it's
wrong.
easy.
You're not wrong. Blastoise is a new playable character, as well as Mew and Celebi as support Pokemon.
Mew is like the thing before Mewtwo, right?
No, it's actually after in the Pokedex, 151.
It doesn't make sense.
It's confusing.
The battle pack also includes new avatar items and more. Wave 1, January 31st, and Wave 2, March 23rd.
So this game still exists?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
And DLC for it.
I'm surprised there's DLC.
Right?
Whereas, like, Mario Kart, do you think they do the same thing for Mario Kart? Where they release, not even a remaster, but a re-release with all DLC included.
Mario Kart?
And then, well, no, they did. Did.
That was what this was, isn't it?
Let me finish. How they released an entire new version of the game with all the DLC included, with like both Pokemon and Mario Kart. But Pokemon, they're actually including even more. Even though it's like a 3-year-old game or whatever.
Well, you have to pay for that, though. It's like, what, $25?
I
Something
think
like
they
that?
do with Mario Kart.
No.
I think they're done with Mario Kart.
Which is
For now, anyway. Until they make another
Well,
one.
I meant Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
I think they're probably working on the next one because Mario Kart's
I think they've milked that cow enough, to be honest.
They've milked that milk tank.
I think the next Mario Kart will be Nintendo Kart, not even Mario Kart anymore.
Honestly, I was going for more of a 1-2 Switch
They've
reference
milked
there.
that cow on Moo Moo Meadows quite enough.
Nice. 10 out of 10.
Good job, Marcus.
Thanks, I'm retiring now. Goodbye.
You're welcome. Kirby Star Allies, March 16th. I'm excited for this, honestly. I need a good Kirby platformer. Fucking love it.
It's cool, yeah, it's a Kirby game, but Kirby games have just been so easy in the past. I like them, but I don't really know if I'm down to there's so many good like indie platformers on Switch already. I know if I really want to pay like $80 for an entire brand new Kirby game that I might beat in 4 hours. Hopefully if there's some more level of difficulty in this one than other Kirby games, I'll be down, but there really isn't too much coming to the Switch in terms of like first party.
No, there isn't. I mean, realistically, like you said, it's not going to be a first title release. Like, it's not. I'm not going to get it at release, but eventually, when it drops in
It
price,
looks cool. There's a new painter ability.
yeah,
Can spice things up.
A spider.
Spider, yeah,
Become Peter?
Speeder, yeah, Mr. Peter himself.
Parker.
Oh yeah, PP,
Nice.
PowerPoints.
Power play.
yeah. Mike, you read this one because this is a great game.
Sure. Hyrule Warriors, the definitive edition.
Wow, they haven't
Was,
come up with 3
announced.
copies of this already, eh?
Yep. Which will include everything from all the other versions, even the 3DS versions. It's pretty cool. And they're adding some new costumes for Zelda and Link, like Marcus alluded to earlier. Breath of the Wild.
Said it.
Yep, available spring 2018.
Are you buying it again?
I don't know.
Did you buy the 3DS version?
I did, and I barely played it because like I started playing. I was like, oh, I've already played so much of this on Wii U that I don't know if I want to
The
play it again.
slideshow edition?
But like, did you see?
Microsoft PowerPoint
Did
edition.
you see that freaking skin for Zelda? Like that skin for Zelda is so good. Like I want it
Are you
so
talking
bad.
about the blue one?
Yeah, like I honestly want to buy the game just for that skin. But
I
like,
think you need to seek help.
A little bit.
I honestly, I probably will just cave and buy it the day it comes out.
I like this game. I'm kind of tempted, but I don't know. It's like everything, mainly everything else on this game, except for or on this list, except for one thing, is a remaster or a re-release.
Yeah.
But this is a really good Wii U game. I played a bunch of it, even though I never played like any Dynasty Warriors before that, and I didn't really even get into Fire Emblem Warriors because I don't care about Fire Emblem characters. Like Hyrule Warriors, like Zelda, sure, I'll play it. Why not? You get like random ass characters from the Zelda world.
I think you picked the better one though. I think Hyrule Warriors is way better than Fire Emblem.
And it was fun. Didn't Fire Emblem, they actually tried to include some Fire Emblem stuff in it with like strategy?
Yeah.
Like, I know in this one now you can actually pick multiple characters at once.
Yeah, that's what was in the 3DS version.
Yeah.
I think for me, like, it probably will be something like I'm interested in getting. There is online co-op and stuff, right?
No. But there is.
There's a local co-op.
Yeah, you can do it now with split screen tabletop Joy-Cons.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know how well it's going to run.
Can you play Can you play?
Nope.
Like, can we use 3 Switches, or is it shared?
It's 2
only?
players.
No, I think it's 2 only. Yeah.
Huh. That's weird.
I wouldn't be. Well, no, I could see them doing like shared, like if you're playing one person on their Switch and another person on their Switch in handheld.
Yeah, I think they'd probably do that.
But
they haven't said anything.
Because on Wii U it was bad, where it was one person had a TV and the other person had the gamepad.
Yeah.
And it was like 20 frames every minute.
Yeah, they're both really choppy.
And on the Wii U, there was like 3 characters that could load at once on the gamepad. So,
I mean, we'll see. It does look interesting, though. I didn't get either of them.
it's a fun game.
It is a fun game. Like, I put in a lot of time into that game. Like, it was real fun.
Honestly, something to just grab and play, right? Like, you just screw around in, right? Moving on, I guess. Mario Tennis Aces. This look cool. It's like actually really cool. What are your thoughts?
Mario Tennis.
First Mario Tennis game to have a single player mode since Mario Tennis Power Tour on the Game Boy Advanced. Available this spring.
Where is Mario Baseball? Gosh.
Mario Super Sluggers, great game. I also liked that single player. I like how they had just an entire. It was pretty much like every Mario character you could play as and have on your team. It was really cool. But yeah, I played Mario Tennis Open on 3DS. Like, I like Mario Tennis. Open on 3DS was kind of just generic. There wasn't much to it. And then same with Ultra Smash that went on the Wii U and just died.
Yeah,
it was pretty much like we have to just give them something before we abandon this thing 100%. And I didn't even pick it up, but from what I heard, I haven't heard anybody who hasn't said that it was just nothing more than mediocre or not good.
It wasn't that great, no.
But I'm kind of excited. It looks like they actually put a lot more effort into it with having an entire single player, and they're even wearing like tennis
outfits.
Yeah. So it seems cool. I'm like, out of everything on that they showed, this is the one that I'm most interested in.
Yeah.
This is me coming back to like, man, an out of the blue Nintendo surprise that I kind of want to play, because stuff like Kirby and whatnot, it's like, yeah, we've seen that so many times. Whereas tennis, take out the Wii U version, we haven't seen it in like 5 years in like a really big form.
I think, in my personal opinion, I think that the Wii U version of it, it's going to look very similar to this game. Well, considering it's a new age Mario Tennis game. I think it was just more or less like this game is in early development. Let's just pump it out on the Wii U. It's because we're going to replace it soon anyways, right? Then this game is going to come out a year later. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, that was like the basics and the fundamentals. Now they're really taking what they did and then adding so much to it with the whole single player campaign and everything of the sort, right?
Also, I think it's better since now it is on the Switch. If you're playing with friends, then you can actually have a lot more fun than just like playing on 3DS. Not everyone is getting Mario Tennis Open, but on the Switch, where it's like the big first party release of the month or whenever it releases, I think this will do a lot better than the previous two, and people will actually buy this and pay attention and keep playing it at least for a bit. So, if I'm betting, man, I say this comes out around E3, like when ARMS did.
Really?
Yeah.
Everything on this list was pretty much listed for before E3.
Well, it said spring,
essentially, which
so
is
I mean, like just before.
Because I guess this will be it. Maybe you get another direct before E3. I doubt it.
No,
it's like 2 minutes, or maybe you get the Nindies directs, and then that's about it. And then like the focused ones for one game.
But that's it. And then not until E3 we get like another big blowout.
You think we're gonna get another ARMS direct?
No, they announced they're done with that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
ARMS 3 coming soon.
Nice.
They skipped 2.
It's like all the other companies are skipping numbers now. Windows 8, Windows 10, iPhone 8, iPhone 10. Anything else?
I don't remember. iPhone X.
Shut up, Mike.
Only you skipped the 9.
Yeah.
iOS. There was no iOS 9. Was
there?
There
was.
No, there was.
There was iOS 9.
No, but there was no. Windows 9. No iPhone 9.
Windows NIF didn't exist.
No.
It's because I don't know why.
Maybe it's because 9 means no in German.
Maybe.
And they don't want to tell people no.
Let's not go that far, Mike.
The iPhone no.
Yeah.
That's what it would be in Germany.
I remember when the PS4 was coming out. Some people were theorizing that it might not be called the PlayStation 4 because 4 is an unlucky number in Japan. So,
but they did it.
Everyone was saying like it was because remember the code name was Orbis, like PlayStation Orbis. Yup.
Sure.
All right, that's fine.
I'm sorry, Mike. You don't know classic history. This is the important stuff you need to know.
I know that the
Theodore Roosevelt.
GameCube's codename was Dolphin.
What was the Wii U's?
I don't know.
Fucking Project Cafe. Come on.
No
man.
way. It was not Project Cat.
Yeah, Project McCafe.
Nice.
Bring it back to the
You
sponsor.
made that
Yep.
up.
Can you imagine if you were actually sponsored? Like,
We're not.
is this the freaking segues we'd get? Oh god. Right.
Matt
Totally
read the next one.
lost.
Just gave up.
Lost. No, I just totally lost my.
Go ahead and read it.
Oh
You
boy.
get one chance to.
Oh
pronounce
boy.
it right.
Fuck. All right. So the next game that they
Yes.
announced here, Ease.
Ease.
Yes.
8. Lacrimosa of Dana is coming to Switch, available this summer.
It just says Sitch on there. Not Switch.
Okay.
Fucking Lilo and Stitch.
I don't remember this game. I'll be totally honest.
It's well, Ease is just a popular series.
Yeah.
This one came out, I believe, on PS4 and Vita already a couple of years ago. So now it's coming to Switch. People love this. So
Like this game itself,
it's
or
the Ease series is really big.
okay,
It's a big
It was
one.
mainly on like PSP for a long time.
right.
It's kind of like in the vein of Xenoblade. So,
Oh yeah, okay. I see.
but yeah, there you go.
Oh, it was this
Basically a
one.
Japanese
It's
RPG.
for the mics. It's for the mics of the world.
I googled it just to refresh myself. Yes, I remember.
Yeez, not yes.
Hey, Marcus.
Hi, how are you?
Game of the year for you. A free update is coming to Super Mario Odyssey. After beating the game, a new game mode will become available. Luigi's Balloon World. There are 2 sections to this game. First one, it's an online feature. The way this works is you hide a balloon, and it gives you 30 seconds to hide one around a map. So you have to know the map like super well. And then after that, the other aspect is to find another player's balloon. You get points if players don't find your balloons, or if you find other players' balloons. That's the way that would work. It's kind of like a little hide and seek.
It's like they call it objective-based speed running.
Yeah, that's what that was. And I kind of looked at him like, thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's cool that it's just a free update that they're at. I'm not complaining. I honestly, they haven't said anything about DLC, so any news about getting anything new is good to me.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure if I'm that excited, just because the time trial kind of stuff and stuff like this isn't my kind of thing. And also, they didn't say if you'd be able to find it with, or like find your friends' balloons or anything at all. So we don't know if it's only you can go for random people or you can actually pick someone on your friends list.
Yeah.
Knowing Nintendo, you probably won't be able to.
Not a chance.
Probably not, no.
But it's cool. I'm more excited. There's also the new outfits and
Filters for the camera mode.
So
This is coming in February, by the way.
This seems like something like you'd probably try once and then like never try
I
again.
feel like since now they've said the president that they are adding stuff to Mario, that we'll probably see. If there's DLC, they show it at E3. That's what I
Guaranteed.
think.
Yeah.
Because they did it with Zelda last year and it was out at the end of the year. I think it'll be the same thing.
Maybe.
Probably. But
Possible.
that's like 6 months away, so.
Well, but they did announce the Zelda DLC before the game even came out, so that's a little.
But that's when they showed it off.
No, they never showed it off.
Yeah, they showed.
No, they just showed like a logo.
No, they
Does that
showed
count?
like the Champions Ballad trailer and
They
stuff.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, you're a fake Zelda fan. We know.
Also, I know why you're whispering.
I don't understand. This guy's whispering into the microphone.
Sorry, I'm dumb.
Yeah, we know. SNK Heroines. I apologize.
Heroines? What?
Shut up. SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. Available this February.
That's a thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's just a fighting game.
Yeah, it's just a
It's all
fighting
about
game.
you. It's all for you.
Moving on. Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle's new DLC character is Donkey Kong. It will be available this spring.
Never heard of him.
Me neither. But, speaking of Donkey Kong...
Is that the guy from Mario?
No. Speaking of Donkey
From
Kong,
Donkey Kong.
they're bringing Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze to the Nintendo Switch
skipped ahead.
on May 4th. Also featuring a new Funky Kong as a new... Wait, what?
They
Oh,
bas-
it was... what was that? What was the sticker on top of the box?
There's a new funky mode.
That funky mode, yeah. Did you see it blow up on Twitter?
Yeah.
That was so
Doom
funny.
posted it on their
They,
thing.
yeah, Doom posted it. Oh, it was so funny. They started like posting it on so much stuff.
Again, another good Wii U game. Like one of my favorite Wii U games.
Yeah, this game was really fun.
But it's still like the one thing that they added is Funky Kong, and he's pretty much in easy mode.
Yeah,
he's literally
basically.
like he's nearly invincible.
Yeah, infinite rolls. He has that surfboard, so you can't get hit with any spikes. Like it's basically
He's like all characters combined into one, and then some. He can pretty much if you if you fall down, that's pretty much the only way you can die.
Yeah.
If you're playing as him, but it's a really good game, and if you haven't played on Wii U, you definitely have to play it.
I didn't play it. I want to, so I'm definitely probably
I
gonna
highly
play it.
recommend you
Yeah,
play it. It's a game you have to try.
I loved Donkey Kong as a kid, so I mean that was my on the SNES favorite thing to play.
There you go.
Favorite thing to play. I still remember the soundtrack. Like it was one of those games had the greatest soundtracks. Okay, I'm a big person when it comes to soundtracks. I love it. Getting off topic, but we'll later. It's fine. Where are we here? Payday 2 is coming to the Switch February 27th. There's a new character, Joy, who is a hacker with her LED mask, which is cool. She will premiere first on Switch for a limited time.
It's pretty cool.
You missed that.
I don't know if this
It is limited time.
No, I put that there, but I'm saying I don't know if this was the thing of if this was intended, but how her name is Joy and it's like Joy-Con, and
God.
also like her mask is blue and red on left and right, like the Joy-Cons. So
I didn't catch that
I
actually.
don't know if that was intended or not.
I don't know. Probably though.
There you go.
I'm gonna butcher this. Faye.
Fi? What was Skyward Sword? What?
Faye is coming to Switch and it'll be available February 16th. Which one is this?
This is the EA.
The weird one with
EA
the forest and
games.
the
It's like a 3D platformer. It was shown off.
Is this on the PlayStation as well or no?
Yeah, it's on everything. It was announced 2016.
I remember this.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's like how there's Unraveled, this, and A Way Out. Are there three
I just need to look at a picture and then I'm good. I remember this. It looked interesting, but I don't know if I'd play it.
No, when they first announced it, it was pretty much there was nothing to go off of, and I wasn't excited at all. But it looks a bit more like they've actually shown what it is. It's more of a 3D platformer, but I'm not hooked on it at all from what I've seen. So.
Same here. It's like whatever.
All right, Celeste available January 25th.
This looks kind of cool. It's like an 8, in between 8 and 16-bit platformer, where I forget who the developer is, but it's pretty much you play as this girl and she has this cool dashing ability through air or whatever whenever you have enough energy. It looks like a pretty cool mechanic, and apparently it's really difficult. So
Publisher Matt Makes Games.
Oh, yeah, Matt Makes Games.
Fucking
Owned by a guy named Matt, shockingly. Yeah, this is the one where you have to zoom to the left and to the right.
The dashing.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
yeah, this looks cool. Yeah.
Looks difficult though.
I do enjoy the fact that you
bitch.
can. Honestly, you can play it on any mode.
Sorry,
there's a
I only
super
play easy mode.
Did you beat Donkey Kong Country Tropical first?
did.
Did you have to use the easy things? I don't know about that. There's no proof. I'm gonna say you did. Continue.
And finally, the what we were talking about earlier, the Chibi Robo
Starts with the D.
Yeah.
Detective Pikachu.
Oh boy. Something I'm super excited for. I know you guys are not. However, I am very, 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 very excited for. And I really, really, really hope that they do this properly, because I don't want it to just be a really shitty port of it, because then there's no point. But
Brilliant Donkey Kong.
But they're remastering Dark Souls for the Switch, and I'm fucking excited. So let's just talk about it for just a
PS4,
second.
Xbox, and PC.
Are they? Oh yeah, they are. All right. Anyway,
Not important.
I really hope that this isn't some shitty port, because you got the first game when you got, for example, when you pre-ordered Dark Souls 3, you got the first game with it. The first game, the hardest thing about that game is probably the lag, considering you're at 7 frames per second at all times.
Solid.
And it blows ass. That's the problem. So, it's very difficult to play because of that. It's Dark Souls, so it's hard enough. But, that doesn't help. So I'm excited, honestly.
Yeah, not a game for me.
I don't think they're going to fix any of those problems, just because they're just saying it's a remaster, not a remake.
I hope they enhance something though.
The visuals.
One can hope. One can hope.
Are you going to get it on Switch or on Xbox or PC?
See, here's the thing. I have it all for Xbox already. But I don't know.
Power of the Nintendo Switch, you can take it anywhere you go.
Yeah,
I know.
Pretty much that's the main appeal if you want it on Switch.
I know, but it's probably going to be more $10 more if you think about
You
it.
can buy it. No.
Digitally.
It's Canada, so it'll be $90 anyways.
You're not wrong.
But it's what people have been wanting for ages. I honestly thought they were going to bring Dark Souls 2 instead of Dark Souls for some reason. Just because I thought that's something that Nintendo would randomly want, and that From Software would be like, you know what, we don't want to go back to the first one, so the second one's fresh, let's just do that one.
No, people love the first one.
But it never occurred to me that if they were going to bring it, that they would have remastered it and released it for everything.
Yeah.
Because people have been thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be Dark Souls on Switch ever since it showed From Software on that developer screen of like last year of pretty much a bunch of different developers.
From Software has been quiet, but they've been busy apparently.
Well, there's also that other game that
game that nobody knows.
The Game Awards.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Maybe it's just a platformer, just a 2D platformer.
Honestly, it's from
I find
Software.
that a little bit unlikely.
I don't know about that.
Just a bit.
Just a tad, Mike. Just a tad.
Mike, are you gonna play Dark Souls?
No.
I
I like
make-
my controllers intact. Thank you very much.
I keep my controllers intact. I'm not one of those people who throw controllers. You know what it is? I hold my Xbox controller, my Xbox One Elite controller. I was starting at $199, and I look at it and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna rage, and then I'm like, I spent $200 on this, so no thanks. So.
So wise man over here.
But at least they put a release date on it. It's May, but they have
May 25th.
Yeah, but they didn't even show a single like screenshot from the game.
Literally, it was a bonfire being lit, and
Praising the sun?
no, it was just bang, bonfire lit, and then it said
Yeah.
Dark Souls Remastered. I'm just like, oh, all right, that's cool. But I still freaked out a tad, so it's fine. Yeah,
Cool. What'd you think of the direct?
It was okay.
it was okay. Yeah, considering it was like a mini direct, I don't know. When I first saw it on YouTube after the fact, like 7 hours later. So I was working at the time. However, I thought I was like missing stuff because I just didn't know where it went because it was the mini direct in quotes. So I'm just like, what the hell? So I watched it and I was just like, all right, I guess that's it. But overall, it was a cute little short one.
I mean, it was obviously not exactly what we expected. You know, everybody was hoping for the whole big, 45-minute direct that has a bigger blowout. But I mean, it was whatever.
I don't mind it like that though. I don't mind.
It was a cool summary of what's coming out in the next, 5 months.
I just think people got their hopes up too much when Nintendo never said anything. They never even hinted at a direct.
Did they even announce the direct?
no,
They did. They just dropped it.
Everyone was just going off of leaks and rumors.
Was it live streamed?
No, it was just dropped on YouTube. Yeah.
I was just because I went. So first place I went was Twitch, and I'm like, "There's no VOD here." Like, what? I don't understand.
So I feel like there's nothing to really be disappointed about when they didn't set
but
any expectations.
Nintendo
even though
fans,
they did troll with it.
With Nintendo fans, you just say direct and they all go crazy. Like it doesn't.
I think it was okay. Or I think it was good for what it was, which was a direct mini.
Yeah.
And because with that, the expectations are already set low, and when you get something like Mario, Tennis, and Dark Souls or whatever, that's already pretty good enough.
Yeah, it had some great games on it, like Dark Souls, Donkey Kong,
Kirby.
Mario, Kirby. Like these are really good games that for people who missed out on. I mean, it's great.
The only thing that I don't like is that we're just still only getting ports and remasters, which is cool because it's good if you want, because some people or a lot of people didn't play Wii U, and a lot of people want old third-party games that they like that from like the 360 generation that can run on the Switch. They want that in handheld form now, which is a cool thing to want. But when the first half of your year there's only 2 games, one of them is Mario Tennis and the other one's Kirby.
You're not wrong.
Well, to be fair, they had a lot of new titles last year. Zelda, Splatoon, ARMS,
That
Mario,
was last year, not this year.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying last year they probably released more games than they usually would. So this year they're kind of catching up in the beginning of the year, and then hopefully by the end of the year they'll have the new
That's the
games.
thing about ports is that it's not... You don't care about them, or you're not excited for it unless you care about the game, the game
or you
itself.
missed it, or you missed it. Yeah.
Which, because the Switch is just such a special console in which I've never seen a console in where people get excited for ports to be announced. Like Nintendo they found themselves like a gold mine with a system where they don't need to release big first party games. I've never seen a system where people clamor for old games to be released. People want third party games, or people want old third party games. People want old indie games. People want freaking NES games on this thing. People are going crazy for it.
Yeah, because you want to play games on the system. Like I was thinking about this the other day. Like I remember thinking, like, there was a game on Wii U I wanted to replay. I don't remember which one it was coming in my head, but I was thinking, like, I don't want to go back to my Wii U. Like, I don't want to go back. I want to play on the Switch.
It's just such a special case in which they can go an entire year without releasing a first-party game, and I think people will just suck it up because they'll take their old games, because like people are going nuts for any old game that can be on this, and I've never seen anyone do that for any other system.
Can you imagine what's going to happen when they drop the Virtual Console? It's going to be madness.
It's going to be... I don't think it's going to be what people want. I think
it won't, but I'm saying...
And that, I feel like in this, they should have at least showed something about... I don't know, people are expecting Virtual Console even though they didn't show... Have they even ever said Virtual Console?
No, they haven't.
The only thing they've ever said were that you'd get the free NES or SNES games in the online service, which they haven't talked about.
Yeah, which I was going to say, like, nothing about the OS in this Direct at all, which is something we kind of predicted last week, but it didn't come to fruition.
Like, you gotta say something. Like, they're already setting such a precedent of people who've been playing this for almost a year now of a console that you're playing online for free and not even that good online service. And when you tell them to pay for it, I don't know how that's going to go over. Yeah. So they just need to get that out of the way now because it's just going to bite them in the ass. Like, to be honest, when your only selling points are you can play online and you get like Dr. Mario for free for a month, maybe if you probably don't get to keep it, which you probably won't. I always assume the worst for.
I'm pretty sure they said it was only for the month, like in that little description they had underneath at E3. But again, who knows? They haven't even talked about it at all since then. So their plans could have changed. I don't know. That's that problem. They need to talk about this, and I don't think this is something that you want to keep till E3. You want to get it out before E3. So,
but yeah, I think the Direct was good for what it was, for it being a mini. I'm just kind of bummed that there's nothing new other than Mario Tennis and Kirby for the first half of the year. But that means you're only setting more precedent on yourself to announce a lot of stuff at E3.
Yeah.
Honestly, what I think, the only thing that could possibly release in the fall, which they always release stuff in the fall, usually like 2 to 3 big games. You have Mario or Fire Emblem, and I think that's it, and Yoshi. So Yoshi might be late summer or fall, or maybe it'll be like Yoshi's Woolly World, where they revealed it and then didn't release it for 6 years. But yeah, I think if anything, what could it be, like Smash Bros again? Like
but all ports, like everything else is ports.
Maybe Mario DLC, Mario Odyssey DLC.
Maybe.
If it's something pretty big, they could push that as a fall game again.
Yeah, I think definitely they're gonna probably lean on Fire Emblem to be their big game this year, but
which I don't think is that good because I don't think
it's a niche audience. You know, there's not a lot of there's not a big group.
Even in Nintendo fans, it's a niche.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially in fall when you have like Red Dead 2 and all these big games. Which Red Dead 2 is not coming in spring, let's be honest. And same with all these PlayStation games, which God of War. Everyone's saying God of War is coming in March, and when they haven't even said anything. So
and it's
people, I love the way people react, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm so smart. You know, I'm gonna make all these predictions." It's just like.
It's more just being optimistic.
Think about what you're saying. Like, just step back, look at what they're doing, and look at the words coming out of your mouth.
For anything people think is coming at least in this first half, I don't think it's coming until like later this year. But I think Fire Emblem across all of those will just get buried. It'll be number 1 on the eShop for like Nintendo, but I don't think, and it'll do well, but it won't blow up like Mario or Zelda.
No, for sure, definitely not.
If it had come out in the launch year, I think it would have, but who knows? I'm optimistic, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
Even though I don't sound it. I'm telling you, I love it. Like
it's
Mario Tennis, I'm about it. Kirby, I might be about it.
Kirby, you know, when it drops, it's
say it one more time.
$40. But like, yeah, I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah, he sucks me up and he becomes the host of the podcast.
Oh, damn.
Yep.
He just gets a nice ginger beer.
Shut up.
In a chef's hat.
More or less, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, God. Dark Souls.
But I'm excited. When does Celeste comes out? Later this month, right?
January 25th.
Maybe I'll play that.
I don't know.
I'm probably not.
Marcus, if you play it, you're going to give us your review on it.
How much are you paying me?
I'm not. You're going to write an article. We're going to post it on our website that doesn't exist.
Nice.
Write an article. That's just a YouTube slideshow.
Yeah.
With like your iPhone notes.
Sounds about right, yeah.
That's your
fucking... Oh, you know what? Your YouTube reviews...
And it's like one of those... it's like how people on YouTube, they have like that automated voice. That dude automated voice saying...
Not even. It's just your iPhone note screenshotted on Twitter. It's like a Logan Paul apology.
Oh, God.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yep. Detective Pikachu. Episodes 1 and 2 of Detective Pikachu will be coming out in North America, Europe, and Japan on March 23rd for the 3DS. Also on March 23rd, you're going to have an amiibo come out for Detective Pikachu that is going to be double the size of a regular Pikachu amiibo.
It's like
7 feet.
Big.
7 feet.
It's bigger than Shaq O'Neal.
Shaquille, but okay.
Shaquille.
So yeah, it's going to be massive. I don't know why. Oh, when you scan it in, it gives you hints.
I'm excited for this. It sucks I have to go back to the 3DS for it, but I want to play it. I wanted to play it since it was announced. I like random Pokemon spin-off games, and it looks cool.
Is he going to speak?
Yeah, he does speak.
They
showed him in the trailer speaking.
I don't want it.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't care about Pokemon at all, but this game's actually pretty interesting to me. Like, it's just a detective game with Pikachu. Like, what could be better?
I mean, a detective game with Link. and they make him speak.
How dare you? That is treason of the highest order. Get out. Get out. The door's over there.
Yeah, it's my house. You get out.
Hi, I'm Detective Link, and welcome to Detective Link.
Stop.
How did I picture it more?
Stop.
I picture it more high pitched.
Anyways, people have been asking for this game in the West
Link.
forever. So, I mean, it makes sense that they'd wait till episode 2 was ready for them to release both at the same time instead of releasing one and then 2 after. So this is pretty predictable by them. Also inevitable.
The reason why I like it, though, is because of the setting. It's in, like, an actual town. Like, it's in an actual town, and you look in the background, there's, like, actual Pokemon and with humans just, like, going around.
Chilling.
Like, it looks so funny. Because it's all in, like, 3D models, too. Like, but not like the Pokemon X and Y and what you in like Sun and Moon versions.
Like Unreal Engine?
New. Yeah, Unreal Engine. I think they were like, again, with like leaks or whatever, people were assuming that Unreal Engine 4 might be or the new Pokemon game might be an Unreal Engine.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be fucking
maybe
great.
Pokemon will be this year. Who knows?
Probably not. Let's be real. They said at least 2 years, right?
I know. They just showed a dude sitting down when they announced that.
Oh, right. So. You're not wrong.
There wasn't even a logo, isn't it?
No.
Didn't he just say,
honestly,
we're making it?
He put his hands down on the table. He's like, Pokemon RPG coming out. Okay. That's about it. Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Please be excited.
Yeah, literally. And then, yeah, that sounds about right. March 23rd. I don't know. Maybe I'll buy it.
I'll buy it. I'll play it. I'll bust out my 3DS again.
Where is my 3DS?
Who knows?
There it is.
You want to give it to me so I can have it?
No.
I'll pay you for it. How much?
You just want it
no.
it's Zelda, is it?
Yeah. $10.
Nope. Are you stupid?
Yes.
I'll buy it for 50.
Wow. Breaking the bank here. Last but not least, Assassin's Creed Rogue is coming to PS4, Xbox One on March 20th. This was previously the PS3 and the Xbox 360 game that originally came out only for these consoles, while Assassin's Creed Unity came out for...
It
was Unity. Assassin's Creed Unity came out on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4
at the time. The new gen versus the old gen. I guess still...
Yeah. Both versions of the game will be available to play in 4K on the respective consoles. For the Xbox One X, PlayStation 4 Pro... I'm excited. I've wanted to play this. Yeah, 4K on the Switch. I wanted to play this game. I don't know. Have you played it?
No.
Have you?
I want to.
You know, I want to play this. Yeah.
I remember it had a lot of Black Flag elements to it with like the ships. I still haven't even played Origins. I still gotta buy that.
I need to buy that as well.
But yeah, it looked cool because I remember when Unity came out and there was like a whole mess surrounding it based off like bugs and stuff. They were like, oh yeah, Unity was actually the bad, or Unity was the mediocre one, and then Rogue was actually a pretty good one.
Yeah. It
looks cool. I think you actually go to Canada at one point.
You do. It like takes place back where Assassin's Creed 3 took place. That's the bridge it gaps. So,
I'm excited for it too.
They've remastered almost every Assassin's Creed now. They just haven't done 1 and 3.
The first one and the third one. Yeah, you're right. No, the fourth one...
Well, no, the fourth was already on the...
It was released on the system.
So there's no need to remaster if it's already on.
Yeah, they're all... Like, all of them except for 1 and 3 are on PS4 Xbox One, for sure.
I really, really, really enjoyed Black Flag. I really did.
Me too.
I remember talking to Mike about it where we used to sit there and play together and the sea shanties would come on and... Oh, fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that was a great game. I love Black Flag.
So much detail into everything. You know,
probably my favorite Assassin's Creed.
If they were to say right now, this is coming to Switch, would you buy it on Switch or would you buy it on Xbox or PS?
Buy it on Switch.
Buy it on Switch.
Yeah, so just to support it, honestly. Like, just the only reason.
What about you?
I don't know, honestly.
That's the thing is they've shown these. There's been a lot of remasters that are coming out on both on like every platform, and I don't know whether or not like the Switch, because the Switch is really cool when you're playing it in handheld. But you really have to have a game that you're getting into that you want to step away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It just depends on whether the like platform, like if there's like online play, then there's no reason to ever pick it up on the Switch. But if you care about it looking good or you care about achievements and trophies, then like hardcore, then that's the only reason why you.
But if you don't, then Switch is the better place to go.
Because that's why I'm like I'm so like torn whether or not, like, say one day I want to pick up L.A. Noire, like on Switch, like I kind of lean towards Switch sometimes, but then I'm like, yeah, but it's also like 1,000 gigs, so.
1,000 gigs and
it's actually 27
right?
to be specific.
Ugh.
Which is like 3 times that of
Zelda. Buy the physical version.
It's still a lot.
I know.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Ugh. It's fine.
But yeah, I also still have to play Origins. I bought it, but I just got to play it. I'll probably play that first.
I'm not gonna play anything other than Overwatch. I'm just gonna uninstall that from my
Do I need to like set up parental control?
2 hour max.
But it's just an hour for you today, and then you can play other things.
But I need the new skins.
By the way, did you buy an Overwatch League skin? Speaking of that, no, you didn't.
We can talk about that Overwatch League. Well, if we go into what we're going to
talk about, we can talk about a lot of esports because there's a lot of esports stuff going on right now.
No, they're canceling all esports and only keeping Overwatch League.
You didn't hear?
Shut up. Shut up.
Jeff Kaplan said.
Shut up,
Daddy Jeff.
No. So a whole bunch of stuff going on. We got the Overwatch League going on. We got majors going on for both Dota and Counter-Strike that I've been following. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. I haven't followed. No, there's a lot of stuff going on.
But the only one that matters, Overwatch
Awesome
League.
games done quick. It's not an esport.
I mean, apparently they're just like. Did you see that? They're repeating donations from last year.
Wow.
Did you see that that whole thing?
What do you mean?
So I'm gonna bring it up for you here, just so I can get my facts straight when I read this.
I saw that they raised
games
the most
done
money.
quick.
Yeah, they have like
Fake donations. So Fangamer, they donate every year, apparently. So if you watch this video, it says we're on the Reddit, by the way. Just Google it. If you watch this video, it shows you that there is a donation from Fangamer68. I believe this is gamer tag, but don't quote me on that because I don't remember the number.
Just went away.
That donated last year towards the Hurricane Fund, I believe. If I scroll down here, I believe that there is a link I can click. Ah, here it is. Oh, no, not that one. There is a link I can click that will show me their oh my goodness.
Anyway, so
basically,
repeated donation from last year.
They repeated so on this year's stream, and you can see it. It is this year's stream from this particular video. They read a quote from Fangamer saying, just gonna skip here.
Turn off the volume.
Yeah. What an amazing weekend from supportive hurricane victims. Big thanks to everyone who donated. Thanks to all the runners at GDQ staff who put together in a flash. Thank you for everyone who brought it. See you at AGDQ 2018. So it was from last year. So apparently they read this on stream, and everybody's being like, oh, they're faking donations and this and that, whatever. Apparently some people are saying that, like, Fangamer, because they donated from a different account this year, just strictly Fangamer, rather than Fangamer68. Apparently there's a whole bunch of confusion, but it's clipped that it was read on stream.
Whatever. It's not like,
I don't know.
So why are people mad that they think that they're faking?
People are mad that they think that the staff is faking donations. And then there's a lot of... And then this has opened up floodgates to everything. So people are like, oh, I don't support this because they say that 100% of the profits go towards the Cancer Foundation.
And they think they're...
And then the Cancer Foundation then has to pay the speedrunning, the people who set it up, and Twitch itself gets a cut. And so, like, some of the money goes back, and then not all of it goes towards cancer. And then they fail to also say that this doesn't affect anybody except in the U.S. because it's just domestic. There's a whole bunch of things going on.
But that's just theorizing, right?
yeah.
There's a whole bunch of... There are videos and stuff where they do go through their financial statements. You can see money being moved, this and that around. Again, don't quote me on it. You can Google it and do the research
I think
yourself,
it's no secret that not 100% of the donations go to the...
Of course.
You got to pay for.
You got to pay somebody. So it takes a lot to run a stream 24/7.
Yeah. To me, I don't have a problem with them using money to...
They're not volunteers. Whoever sets up GDQ every year, like to set up that place, it takes a lot of people.
Yeah, you got to get people there.
Yeah,
you take planes. Like
the Cancer Foundation needs to pay their staff.
Yeah.
They need to pay Twitch because it's on Twitch, so that's what happens. Twitch does take a portion.
This is more of just a problem with charities in general.
Yeah,
like,
and this is every charity.
This. Yeah, they have to pay their staff. I mean, the guy who collected your money, he's got to get paid too. He's got to feed his family. So
of course,
it's just a fact of life.
I mean,
if you're going to donate to charity, expect some of it not to go to what you want.
If you have a full-time volunteer, like, that person can't support themselves, right? I mean, unless they're filthy rich and they have nothing else to do, but most people, that's not the case, right? Yeah. So they need to... But, I don't know. I mean, it goes to a good cause. What whatever the percentage of money.
Yeah, but we're not saying it's a big percentage. It's probably like 95% go to the right cause, which is fine.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying if they say 100% is going there, then I would believe it.
Yeah, but unless they're saying 100% going there.
They do say that all the money. I've heard them specifically say it after each and every run that all the money that's donated goes towards this, blah blah blah, whatever. Towards the Cancer Foundation.
Isn't there also sponsors who sponsor these shows? So that's how they would even get their money anyways. So there's still a way that 100% of money could go there.
Yeah, that's true.
And the Cancer Foundation, this is just one revenue stream for them. That it's not like they're only relying on charities.
Yeah.
So,
no, for sure.
Again, it's
like there is still a way. I don't know. I don't know much about AGDQ and everything.
Don't take
what I would think.
Don't take what I'm saying as myself. I'm just reporting what I've been seeing because I've been following it a little bit here and there. Like I said, Google it for yourself. It's all over Reddit. There's videos on YouTube about why people hate GDQ in general, just because of this reason, this and that, blah, 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 whatever. I think it goes towards a good cause. But then again, apparently they're like banning a whole bunch of the speedrunners and stuff because they're not liking the way they're on stream. But I don't know. Whole controversy. Like, literally, they're like, apparently they're banning streamers because it's become like a whole...
The only thing I ever remember, I believe it was like last year or 2 years ago, where it was just unfortunate timing where, because whenever people donate, they say, that like one of the commentators, they say like the tip note that's read, or that's included with the tip, and just 1 year, one person said one person's included in their note this year, it's like AGDQ or whatever, this event, it might not have even been this, where it's like this event is really helping me based off of like how my grandfather and everyone, he's been sick, and this is really helping me remember him. And then during it, because they say it while people are doing their speed runs, and something really good happened in the speed run, and everyone was cheering during that announcement. Like, oh, that's unfortunate. So the reader's like, I think this really helps remember and like honor my grandfather's past, and people are just cheering.
That's awkward.
Apparently, like, there's a whole bunch of runners and stuff that when they're on stream, they say or do certain things, and AGDQ or GDQ themselves don't like it, so they ban the runners, and they won't be able to run. Realistically, it doesn't matter. People on one side say, let the runners run. These are the people who made you, so you should let anybody who wants to run, as long as they're good enough to do so. And they can do the run within a certain amount of time, with this and that, whatever. Other people are saying, well, if they're not following guidelines, it makes sense.
Or when they're just using derogatory terms like that one that guy did there.
There was one. So there was one. I don't even know how to say this properly, but I mean, I don't want to like
basically a PewDiePie situation.
Yes, exactly, a PewDiePie situation. If you don't know what I'm talking about,
okay, well, if you're saying that on stream for a charity event,
it was actually a donation. Somebody says, "I'll donate $3,000 if they say that word on stream," but it was written differently. So he just read the donation out loud and didn't realize.
Yeah, when you're not expecting anything to be in there, you're just reading it out. And then like,
So I mean, this was years ago. This was when it was really small.
2013.
Yeah. So I mean, things like this does happen, but I don't know. It's just I think this is an okay cause, but people have their opinions. I like watching it, but speedrun Halo 5 fucking game is broken to shit. But whatever. That's all I'm saying.
Isn't that what speedrunning is? Just breaking games,
basically.
No, but 343 doesn't like walls. So there's one level in Halo where you can literally just jump through the floor.
There's one level in Ocarina of Time where you can go right to the final boss at the beginning of the game.
All right.
She thinks I'm joking too.
Never heard of this game.
Neither have I.
It takes 10 minutes to beat it.
Nice.
True story.
Perfect.
Damn, because I thought it was a false story.
Probably is. All right. So you've been playing Overwatch.
Like, how's your speedrun going?
Great.
Have you been speedrunning, Mike?
No.
Yeah, Overwatch is cool. Well, it hasn't even really been Overwatch. Well, before we even went to AGDQ, we were talking about like the esports thing or whatever. Because Mike and I have been watching Overwatch League while also playing Overwatch. I guess this will go into what we're playing. Overwatch League. I honestly didn't expect to get into it because I have never really cared about esports that much, aside from watching occasional like Smash Bros. Evo games and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But because Overwatch League is set up like traditional sports in the sense of like two different divisions. There's actually 12 teams from based off of different cities and across the world, not just like North America. So, which means the Korean teams are going to win, or the one Korean team.
I heard someone say new Korean Excelsior instead of New York Excelsior because they're all Koreans on that team.
Which is weird to me when it's like, well, because it happens in sports too, where like the entire New York team is just all Korean Korean guys.
It happens in baseball a lot.
Or even
like,
in hockey, where like a bunch of American teams are filled with Canadian players.
Like baseball's all like Latin American players, or like filled with Canadian teams, or not Canadian teams, American teams, and it's like it's not really. It's more of just about getting the fans to care, because like you see people from Boston like, oh, I want the Uprising to win because Boston, or like I hate the New York, so I don't want the Excelsior to win. It's just trying to get that aspect of it, and it does it really well, I think. Like I don't know for you, Mark.
I think it's cool. I think a lot of people, some people complain that it's not easy or that it's not easy to watch. I thought it was just okay. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
But this is also someone who plays Overwatch like almost every day, so I don't have a problem. And how they've included like color schemes for each team, so that way you know who you're watching.
I found that kind of annoying to watch, because like sometimes like if the team was white and the other team they were playing was like red or something, he would throw a Discord orb, but it would be a red Discord orb, and like in game the Discord orb isn't red, it's black, I think.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, what orb did he throw? I don't even know.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of went a bit overboard on.
If they had left just the actual teams, the color, and left everything else in the game the same, it would have been easier for me to understand. But sometimes it's hard to watch because of that aspect. But.
So the thing is, I talk a lot of smack just because I'm a ball breaker. I played Overwatch for about a year and a half, actually. Keep in mind. So I was pretty good at it too. Roadhog main, boys. The hook 1.0? That's all I'm saying. Oh my god, man. Bro, that hook would turn around 4 enemies, hook you around a corner, and just like...
Bro, have you seen some... There's one guy on... I forget what team it is. His name is Taimu. He's on... I don't remember what team he's on. But like his hooks as Roadhog are like incredible. Like you would appreciate it as a Roadhog main in quotations.
Yeah.
You would appreciate this guy. Watch some of his clips. His hooks are amazing. Let's continue.
So, anyway. So keep in mind, as in... when I'm saying this. When I'm saying... And again, you guys may or may not agree. I don't care. It's difficult to watch in a sense because there's too much going on at the same time. When you got 12 players on a small little map in first-person view, people don't know what they're looking at. That's the main issue I have with watching it. I would watch it. It's just I even know what's happening because I played the game. I'm used to the fast pace. But the thing is, like in first-person mode, when nothing's happening and you're just a McCree sitting there shooting something and you're diving somewhere, like, it's disorienting. For somebody who's not focused, right? It is disorienting.
I felt like they did a really good job, though, of switching the action when they noticed that. Like, if they had, like you said, if they were just a McCree who was just shooting, doing nothing, they would switch to the Genji who was on the main line doing it. Or they would switch to the overhead view and have it. If it was during overtime, most of the time during overtime, they'd have it just the overhead view watching it because, like, during overtime, shit gets crazy. So, like, they'd have the overview, and it worked out really well. Like, most of the time, I knew what was going on in the game.
It's because they've learned how to cast the game. That's the big key, right? So when you have a game like, for example, because it has a lot of camera angles you can play with. For example, when you have a game like Dota 2 or League of Legends, and you got 10 players on a screen, but the only camera view you have is overhead view of 10 things going on, and there's just explosions. God, no, you have no chance of even finding out what the hell's happening. Mm-hmm. You got to know how to play the game in order to even experienced players who are like 3-4K MMR or it's a pretty decent player. And it's a pretty average player. They don't even know what's going on sometimes in these pro games. Like it's one of those things, right? In Overwatch, you got a lot of camera angles you can play with. You got third person, first person views you can play with. You got overhead view you can play with. They did a good job with the color matching now. But you guys said a little overboard. I haven't seen it too much, but I mean, they've learned how to cast the game. They've learned their different camera angles. Like the production value has increased on stream. That's what I'm saying. So it's good. But this is why I was genuinely shocked and disappointed in a sense when it won best esports game. It's just like it doesn't make sense.
I think
to
you're
me.
Putting too much effort on that. That's just like
It just didn't make sense to me. That's why. Like I'm looking at all these things and I'm looking at how it was, and it's just like it doesn't. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I think it was another cool thing about like the camera angles, though. Because to me, I don't have a problem watching it at all. I find it just perfectly fine. This is someone who also doesn't watch esports aside from a fighting game which you can only watch one screen of. Mm-hmm. So if you're doing any other genre of games, it's going to be hard to watch unless you know the game you're watching, because you can put on Counter-Strike for me, which is another first-person game where there's significantly less things happening on screen, and I still don't know what's happening because I don't know the rules and I don't know like the weapons and everything. So that's what it is. But like camera angles, you guys were saying are cool. There's also a cool thing I noticed happening when they're in third-person mode, they'll sometimes just instantly go into they're like, the camera will zoom into a character and go into their first person, like, seamlessly, which is really cool and nice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, their production value and the way they're casting it has improved
and even like
so
the
much.
stage that they're on, it actually looks like a traditional sports thing where they have like there's like that little halftime show and like the desk with like 3 or 4 announcers and commentators, which is cool. The commentating and isn't overboard. It's nice, but I don't think if you're not into Overwatch already, I don't know why you would be watching this. Is the thing.
That's not it.
So
that's not
yeah,
what
I
that
agree.
looks like?
No, that's not what it looks like. But yeah, I agree. If you like Overwatch, like this is something that you should definitely at least try out. You know, pick a team, watch some of their matches, see if you enjoy it, or just watch the Seoul versus Dallas game from the first day because that game was insane.
The only I'd say the one issue I have is how I guess with sports in general is how there's just a lot more. Or like which teams are going to win when
disparity,
you're going into it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of
But
parity.
there are a lot of cool moments that happen between these. Like I don't think I've seen a game once that just was boring. A lot of them have like really cool moments.
Yeah, even like the games that were 4-0, like teams that absolutely destroyed, like they were still entertaining to watch because like you don't know it's going to be 4-0 when you watch.
And it's like it's a high production value put into it. There's like millions of dollars going into this, and there's even because it's around like 4 days a week and 3 matches per day, so that's cool. And
it goes every week until like April or something.
I'd be willing to bet like next year maybe they'll add even more teams if more cities want to get involved. More people.
Yeah, but it's a long process to get a team. You got to find an owner. You also got to get players for that.
Maybe
I think that people will be committed to do that, considering they'll see the success of this year
for sure. But I'm just I don't think by
and
next
it's
year.
worldwide. So
yeah,
the moment they had a Canadian team,
people are gonna go nuts. The
I wish.
What I don't know if they do this on stream. Do they have like little tips and tidbits about things?
They'll
pop
show
up
like
the
facts
screen?
about players.
Oh, will they?
Yeah,
they'll show like this player killed this player this many times in the last game,
or like this hero did this much more damage than their counterpart.
Yeah,
just like in a regular sport, like if you're watching baseball, it'll show the ERA will come on screen. Same thing.
So I'm just curious if they did that because I know that that Dota does that as well now. They actually have when they have the international going, they got 2 streams going on. They have They have 2 kinds of streams going. They have the English, Chinese, and Russian streams, just for the international itself. Then they have what they call, I kid you not, the newbie stream, where every so often they always got a sidebar coming up saying when a hero buys an item, they say that this item does this particular thing and will help them with something else. Like they added a whole bunch of that production value, which is good. So I mean, like if they have that on the screen, especially for people who don't play Overwatch, it's simple enough. But at the same time, when you don't play it and you don't know what you're looking at, it could be,
I noticed the commentators doing that a lot. They were describing a lot of the ultimate abilities and stuff.
Yeah,
and
which is good.
People have.
So. Yeah, I found the casters was really good for the Overwatch League. Like they were explaining everything really quickly. They knew what was going on, but they also didn't talk like they were better than who were watching. You know, they expected people to be watching who weren't like as into Overwatch as like us.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think it was just fine for what it was. I feel like treating it like traditional sports will actually be more inviting for people who don't watch esports.
Yeah. Well, that's what esports has more or less become now, anyways. Other than just the way the teams are formed, where it's identical to other esports
which
nowadays.
Is how it should
anyway.
be. Like I remember Matt and I were looking at esports before for the CS:GO thing, and they had a list of the teams and like FaZe Clan, Liquid, like. You don't have any affiliation with those, right? I think that's where the team names really come into play here.
You want to know? You want to know what it is? So next to those team names, when you look at a Counter-Strike game and you see that Cloud9 is facing FaZe, you will see a flag behind the organization name. But you have to be into it, right? So like Cloud9, American organization, FaZe, I don't remember what they are. Fuck, I totally forgot. Liquid, they all have Cloud9, yeah. They all have. It's just an organization, and it represents a country, but without actually saying.
It's not representing a country; it's more of just the country of origin.
In a sense, yeah. I mean, technically, it could be like. Actually, fuck no! I just screwed myself. No, I mean, other than that, though, you have. It's good in a sense that they did that. Where I saw some of the team names, and I mean, it would be it's cities, right?
Yeah, like
so,
Boston,
which I
Florida.
like. So, like the moment, like I'm currently going for Philadelphia because I liked watching them when they played their first game, and that's really the only reason why. But if they had like a Toronto or like any other Canadian city, then
if they had a Toronto team, that'd be my team for sure.
Overwatch does have. I mean, the original, I guess, style of esports does still exist in Overwatch as well. Like this picture we're currently looking at is Cloud9 versus Energy.
Yeah, they still have like contenders and Apex and that stuff.
So sure. I mean, I want to know how this meshes in with the, like, are they separate organizations and it's just one big pool?
Are you allowed to play on an Overwatch League team and another team? Like, I don't know how that works.
I mean, I don't see why not.
I can see why not, because you don't want your team.
I think you can. I think you can,
because these are organizations. This is what this is.
There'd have to be some sort of agreement in the CBA that they
going like away from this. I want to go into like the actual Overwatch skins, because you were talking about buying the skins in the game. Yeah. This was really weird to me, and I don't really like what they did. So I'm confused. Is the only way you can buy skins in the game by buying the credits?
Yeah,
because you get 100, like it's 100 credits for one skin, and it seemed like the only way to get these credits are to buy them.
Yeah,
with
there's no other way announced so far. They mentioned that they might give it to you if you watch the Overwatch League on Twitch. That was kind of like in the press release. They said you might be able to get in-game stuff for watching the Overwatch League on Twitch, but nothing has come to fruition yet. But yeah, right now the only way to get it is to buy them,
because that's really the only thing in Overwatch you can do where you need to buy it to get it. I feel like, if you watch it, you can prove that you're watching it tied to your Twitch and Blizzard account or whatever, or like bet on a team.
Yeah, I think that's something that they will do eventually. But like, I think right now they just kind of wanted to throw it in to maybe get people who are really excited for it to get them to buy it. Like, I know I use my 100 credits, but then I'm not going to buy anymore. Like, it doesn't matter to me that much to play. I use it on Mercy, Uprising skin, and that's it. I'm done.
I feel like that's because they've been so good with items. I feel like that's the one thing they've fucked it up on.
Yeah. But I don't think we've heard the last of that.
Because for its opening weekend to have when you turn on Overwatch these skins automatically on the start screen and advertising it, and even having like a little live button when games go live and everything for you to watch. Like they're advertising it so much, they want you to look at these and maybe buy them, or they want you to buy them for sure. I feel like it's weird when there isn't another way to get it, or there aren't specific loot boxes for them that would be good. Or
I don't know. I agree that they should add something that'll let you get it without paying for it. But as of right now, there's nothing.
There's your esports talk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you missed a few of them, but okay.
I don't know.
None of the others matter.
This is just gonna be you talking,
more or less.
It was a couple months ago for the next Olympics. They're in Tokyo, or they're in Japan, I think. And they're saying how they're trying to add esports to the Olympics. Do you think that should be allowed or no?
It's a weird thing,
because it's like esports is too big to ignore. It's like it's $1 million industry
for sure. But at the same time, the Olympics is something that goes back to like ancient Greek, and I don't know. It seems kind of weird to have esports in something that goes back that far. Maybe it's just me.
Look at both sides. I mean, we as gamers are on the fence about it, right? But we love games. This is what we do, right? So, I mean, in a sense, if you have something like the Olympics, I don't think it will do very well in itself. I don't think the audience will be there in the Olympics for it. It would be cool. It would be cool to have a presence there, like 1 year, so you try it out. But I don't think it would do well.
Yeah, it's two separate groups. You know, people who watch the Olympics don't care about esports, and people who watch esports don't care about the Olympics.
A lot of people who will watch it will just completely dismiss it and be like, "Why the hell are video games here? Why are like kids who are just sitting down in chairs doing this?" Yeah. Which to me, I'm like, if you have chess there, then esports can be there too.
Chess isn't an Olympic.
Yeah, it is.
Chess is an Olympic sport?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Hang on.
I don't think you're
I'm pretty sure
live Google.
I don't think that's true.
I'm fill in error. I think chess I'm pretty sure chess is considered an Olympic sport. Yeah, see, they are sports.
Applied for inclusion in
2020.
They're not in yet. Yeah.
All right, well, if chess does get in...
Well, I think chess and esports are kind of together. The same idea.
Before this, no. Because I feel like esport, like any esport or any video game that's competitive, involves the same amount of involves even more brain power than a game of chess does include of what the next person will do. You don't think so?
I think chess is a little more intensive.
Well, look just like a game of Overwatch where you have like a span of 26 heroes on on 15, 20 maps or whatever. There's so many different outcomes, just like chess.
No, I know what you're saying, but in my opinion, having experience with both things, I think chess is a little more intensive than
Let's increase it then. You have a pool of 120 heroes in Dota. Yeah. Each team can pick 5 and ban 5 heroes, outplaying each other. The game hasn't even started yet, and they're already outplaying each other in the picking and banning stages.
A game of Smash Bros. Where there's like nearly 60 characters.
I'm not saying it's not intensive. I just think I think you're under.
So there's that, and then not to mention if you're playing like a keyboard and mouse, how you have like you're consistently pressing like how many buttons per second and whatnot.
Again, I'm not saying video games are not intensive. They are. Having played
that's the thing. Like, I like making this argument because personally, I don't think they should be in the Olympics. But I'm saying if you can have chess in there, then you could have esports in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you want to only make it about like physical activity, then.
But like even chess, like I don't think
the only reason why I think it shouldn't be in there is because it's too hard to watch for the average person. Yeah. If you're gonna like pick only one game, like and it can only be like one game. If you're only gonna pick one game, how could you pick that? I feel like if you were gonna do it, it'd have to be a fighting game because it's the easiest to follow.
Yeah.
But what I've been thinking about this, and I'm like. If they were to ever do this, they should just skip this, and somebody should create a video game Olympics, an esports Olympics, where you have a bunch of different people, like a bunch of different publishers and developers sponsoring this, and they each get their game in there. Like you could have everything in there. You could have fighting games. You could have like people playing Injustice and Street Fighter and Counter-Strike and Dota and freaking Splatoon and like everything in this. I feel like that
they should have like an award, like.
I think that would make more sense.
Don't treat it like an award show, like the Game Awards, where like they're trying to do like announcements and stuff with it. Actually, create an event and create like not like like Evo, but for every kind of game.
Yeah. They should do that at E3. I say E3 is
or PAX because E3 is like a media event.
Yeah,
PAX is more fans and stuff.
Yeah,
so that people will watch.
In a sense, yes. I mean, I think that if they do it at E3, E3's always been iconic for it's like. You know, this is the show about games for the next 3 days, right? That's what that is. So if you have that fan base already and you have that option, and you can honor the players like that, and they can come down to LA and they can compete. And then you got team organizations flying in. You got all the major gaming industry gaming sponsors sponsoring this, right?
You treat this like the Olympics, where it's each country has their own teams for like different genres and or for each game involved.
And I think it's something that in the future definitely might happen because there's a big enough fan base for it.
Yeah, I think it's possible, but I don't know if it's probable because I don't know if you'd be able to get everyone on board for this. It happens on Evo where you have like every publisher of each game that's in Evo is usually a sponsor of it. I feel like that would work, and I think that would be really cool for there to be an Olympics based off.
Here's the thing, like let's say take the big three for example. I think Microsoft would. I don't know about Nintendo.
Well, it's not. Well, Nintendo sponsors Evo for Smash Bros. and stuff. So.
Well, okay, if it's their own games, then yes, I can see it. I don't know if would Sony do something of the sort?
It doesn't really matter because you can have because these sponsors are pretty much for you to to give money for the event as well as like provide like the hardware and the software. Where you don't really need Sony to do that. You could get WB to give you consoles and money.
Or
you
Blizzard.
Could give. Yeah, so...
And how far... Hang on. How far can we go then? So, if you go... Like, this is the other thing, too, right? So, you can have the big ones. You can have your Counter-Strike, you can have Dota, you can have League of Legends, you can have Overwatch. Rocket League is massive.
Yeah.
But then the Call of Duty, massive. Mm-hmm. Then you have a game like Uncharted 4.
See, like... Well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's big. I feel like if it has the audience, then it could be there.
It's a very, very small niche audience, though, right?
Yeah, well, that's something they have to decide.
This is something they have to decide on, and
in
how
this
far
crazy situation we have,
and how far like they can go. Like if you go, for example, because Twitch is one of the biggest.
He's bringing up the Twitch.
I am. Twitch is one of the biggest platforms for esports. For esports, regardless of whatever game it is. PUBG can. It's not esports ready yet because the game is still broken, but it's a possibility. Fortnite, right? You can have a game like that. So I mean, when you're sitting here, look at this. Fortnite was 70,000 people watching as of right now. This is at 12 o'clock midnight on a Sunday night, or like look how many people are sitting here watching already.
Yeah, that's why. Right? That's why it's definitely something that could happen.
Like put it on an international level where there's actually
Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow Six, Hearthstone, like a bunch of these different genres and whatever could be included. This is just something I've been thinking about and I think would be cool. I don't know if it's probable, but because another reason why I didn't bring it up, but another reason why I don't think it really should be part of the main Olympics is because video games on any moment could just break. You don't have a problem in soccer where the man falls through the world.
Which could happen in video games.
Yeah.
And will happen in video games if that's ever happens.
But yeah. That's just what I've been thinking. I've been thinking, like, if I were Jeff Keighley, I'd get on that. So
you never know. Maybe he is.
You never know. Maybe we'll do that in the future. If we get big enough. You don't know.
Use all your money.
That's pretty big.
Honestly, though.
That's pretty big.
I know. So that's what I've been playing.
Yeah.
Overwatch League. That's what he's been playing.
I'm gonna probably start Hellblade tonight. Maybe. I've been saying that for the past
Yeah, you literally
weeks.
said it like 2 weeks ago. Like, shut up. It's not gonna happen.
Overwatch. You Overwatch probably.
Yeah. Also, I'm playing some Picross E8 on my 3DS. Love Picross.
And I've been playing Counter-Strike.
All right, bye.
Yeah, more or less.
Oh God.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I apologize. Other esports, super quick, really, really quick. I don't know how to say that word.
Bucharest.
PGL.
That's not a word.
So for Dota 2, you got the
Suicide Team 99.
What? Oh, no. These are just you got the Bucharest major qualifiers going on as of right now, which I believe are over, but I don't know. And you also have. For Counter-Strike, the E-League Major main qualifiers for the Boston Major going on as well. Cloud9 hitting you with the 3-0, but I'm not going to get into it because nobody cares. Well, you guys don't care. But, yeah.
You could have made all that up. I honestly don't.
I didn't. Actually, you saw it earlier.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. That's fine.
It's my favorite episode of Naruto.
All right. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. Hopefully, we haven't bored you for the last hour, but it's fine.
Tell you about esports.
People, hang on. People have been listening on SoundCloud. I'd like to thank everybody for listening.
Yes.
Because you guys make it. We're doing this for fun.
You know what? I wouldn't.
Why?
I kid.
We've been doing this for fun, but we've been having a fun time.
I give you one thank.
All right, that's fine. Anyway.
Mike didn't even thank.
Thanks, guys.
And girls.
Thanks,
guys
everyone.
is a gender-neutral term.
Yep. You're not wrong. Anyway, take care. Have a wonderful night. Or day.
Or morning, or whenever you're listening.
Wherever you're listening.
Have a happy 11:43 p.m.
Yeah.
Nice.
Was that the time? I don't even know.
44.
I just made up a time. So.
Actually, nice.
Guys, take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.